motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every
reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Scottis.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running. So only one team over here is Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboys, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC, yeah, DC4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny DeMoore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, happy Black Friday, man. Everything's on sale. Hope that you enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your people. You ate good. You vibed out. You enjoyed this win. Yeah, we're going to talk about everything, man. So, we're going to discuss, is it a good thing that the Dallas Cowboys are winning these games? Should we be focused on a winning culture over the draft pick? Who should still be here next year? Players we can add. It's going to be a very interesting show, man. We're just going to talk about different things that affect us. Because listen, man, even though it's a long shot with as few games that we got left, the Dallas Cowboys are still technically alive in the playoff race, in the playoff picture right now. So would you continue to try and do everything in your power to win these games, or would you actively want to lose as many games so you can be as bad as humanly possible for the draft? So we'll discuss all that stuff, but let's get into it, man. Y'all know the usual rules and regulations. Hit the like button. The more likes we get on the platforms, the more that they gonna promote the content. Hit the share button. Sharing is caring, and we believe in manifesting that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's been a rough one this year, but we're still gonna do everything in our power to get these boys that dub. So yeah, man. Also, we are still beefing. We're still beefing with YouTube right now, man. We're still not monetized. Gonna have to go through that process again. They're hating us out. So if you got love for the liquor store, you want us to prosper, you want us to grow, keep the lights on, hit that cash app, man. Right now, that's the only way that you can send monetary support to one of your favorite independent content creators. So hit the Cash App is $Henny the More. And yeah, appreciate you in advance for everything that y'all do in the liquor store. Can't do it without you. So let's rock out, man. Let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. Justice said playoffs. Okay. So as it stands, let's talk about the actual draft picture. Because we went from having a top whatever pick to this is where we're standing right now. After the win on Thanksgiving, hold on, that's not the right one. I might have put the wrong one in. Hold on. Here it go. All right, so I did put the wrong one in. So after the Dallas Cowboys win over the New York Giants, the Giants now have the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. So congratulations to them. They're probably going to win out on the Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes. It's not like we looking for a quarterback anyway. But, you know, they got the number 1 pick. They'll be able to take the number 1 quarterback and build around them. The Dallas Cowboys currently have pick number 13. You're 5-7 right now, along with other teams like the Indianapolis Colts. And, of course, we know the Cincinnati Bengals have not played yet. So that's why they're still sitting at 4-7. Even with this win, there's a very slim chance that the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs. Because listen, even though we're 2 games back from Washington for the final wild card spot, we don't own the tiebreaker over any of the other teams that are chasing Washington. We don't own the tiebreaker over the San Francisco 49ers, who are still trying to vie and get in. I think they currently have the same record as we do. Matter of fact, let's just take a look at the playoff picture. See, did I get your Cash App? Let's see. You talk about from the other day? Yeah, I got it from, you just sent something. Yeah, I just got it. So I appreciate you, man. I see my boy Justin Kitchen just hit the Cash App up. I appreciate you for your support and helping keep the lights on in the liquor store, man. You know, I appreciate that. If y'all want to be like my brother, Justin Kitchen, and support your independent content creators, hit that Cash App. We still beefing with YouTube, but you know, that's the way you can support your boy and help me out as we going through this right now. And good morning, Miss Regina Green. Good morning, James. Good morning to everybody in the liquor store. So right now, the Dallas Cowboys are still picking outside of the top 10. You know, there's some teams in here that could possibly win some games. The New York Jets, I believe, play New England again, so one of them have to win a game. Tennessee just won, so I don't think that they're actively tanking. Well, I don't think they're actively tanking. They just went and beat the Houston Texans. So we'll see what happens, but you know. Yeah, I did receive it, brother. Thank you, man. You're a real one. So this is the thing. I think this is one of the reasons why everybody wants the best draft pick humanly possible. Because this is not really a great draft in the first round. Now, I think this is a draft that is deep in certain positions. I think at the running back position, this is a very deep draft class. You got guys like Gentry. You got the boy out there at Iowa. You have Quinshon Judkins and Henderson coming out of Ohio State. Oh, there's a litany of different running backs in this draft class. Not so much, you know, at different positions. This ain't a deep quarterback draft. This isn't really a deep, great tackle draft. There's a couple of tackles worth investing in, but this is not really a overtly talented draft class when we're talking about first round picks. Right, there's plenty of guys that you can find later in the rounds that'll be worth their draft grade when they get there. But top of the draft this year is fairly shallow when it comes to franchise changing players. Like there's very few, and you know the names. That's why I believe people that are not even really invested in the draft know these names this year, because there's not really many people you need to know about in the draft this year. You need to know about Tech McMillan. You need to know about Shedeur Sanders. You need to know about, you need to know about Travis Hunter. There's a good bit of talent at the top of the draft. there's not really anybody that I would, Abdul Carter. There's not really anybody out there in the later parts of the round that I would be too excited about, unless people fall, unless somebody slips. Because we think teams know how to draft. They don't know how to draft. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the reasons why people care so much. Because we know the Dallas Cowboys are a draft and develop team. They don't really spend a lot of money in free agency. So if changes are going to come to this team, it has to happen through the draft. And as it stands, you got some more teams on this list that you might be able to beat. You already beat the Commanders once, and at their crib, you play them again to end the season. The Carolina Panthers aren't really a great team right now. You might be able to beat them. Hell, you might even be able to beat Cincinnati with the way that they played defensive football. Right? It's a long shot. Joe Burrow playing like the league MVP despite his team being complete ass cheeks at this moment in time. But stranger things that happen in heaven and earth. We've seen us beat the Bengals with a healthier team and a better team the last time Cooper Rush was the starting quarterback in Dallas. So even if we wanted to actively tank and get better, the Dallas Cowboys are playing good football since Michael Parsons has came back. They're playing better defensive football since Michael Parsons has been back and has been healthy. They're getting sacks. They're getting pressures. And listen, I know that the level of competition that they've played has not been the best, right? They have not been the best, honestly. Hey, appreciate it, Ken. Appreciate you, my guy, tapping in and showing love. Spook, can't you save me? I see you, man. What's Gucci? Yeah, listen, man. We have not played the best competition in the world over the course of these last 2 wins. The Commanders are looking very fraudulent. They've lost I don't know how many games in a row. Still have not beaten a team with a winning record all season. So there's a lot of questions about the Washington Commanders at this point. And we know what the Giants are. The Giants were on their third quarterback. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I just been hustling, working, spending time with the family. I still been tapped in with my content, man. And listen, when there are not a lot of expectations on your season, man, you know that it's not the same. Hold that thought, man. I got somebody calling into the liquor store. I believe it's a dirty, evil, hillbilly Alabama nigga calling me on the phone. Landlord from Alabama. I think they might be able to hear you. Say something.
Great. That's how friends treat friends on their birthday. That's wild.
Your birthday was yesterday.
I might as well send the police over there, man. I'm gonna go ahead and be there.
Listen.
Bootleg liquor, moonshine.
They said we selling bootleg. We got a license over here, sir.
So I'm gonna go and send them people on you, man. Fuck it.
He said, fuck it. How you living, man? Hey, matter of fact, I'm going to send you a link. Apparently, you ain't got nothing to do with your life. I'm going to send you a link and see you can get on the show with me.
We'll see what's up.
Just pop in with your voice, man. You ain't got to do nothing. You finna have a whole conversation with me until you knew you finna have a whole conversation with me. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to send you a link. Jump on with your voice. You ain't got to stay on the entirety of the time because I know you enjoying life, living it up, running it up. So I'm going to send you a link. Jump on for a second, and we're going to chop it up, man.
Let's do it, man. I got you.
All right, bro. 2 seconds. Want me to send it to your Facebook?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, bet. I'm finna go ahead and drop that in there.
Bet.
So we will have the most nefarious, dastardly, evil, monstrous country nigga that I know. Landlord from Alabama will be sliding in here to rock out with us in the liquor store on Black Friday. Right? On Black Friday. You're getting deals right now, man. You're getting a deal right now. You're getting a 2-for-1 special. Not only are you getting love from the liquor store, you'll also be getting love from the trap. You're getting love from the liquor store and the trap right now, man. Like that's worth its weight in gold right there, man. The way we rocking out like that. So let me get this link sent to my boy real quick. And he'll slide in here. He said on Summer Ben Bam. Oh, I'm using that one. I am using a summer Ben Bama because he is a terrorist. I don't want him. I don't want y'all to think anything different. That man is diabolical. Okay. Let's see. Where he at? There you go. Okay. So let me drop the link. All right. I just sent the link to landlord. He should be in here momentarily. And shout out to my boy Jameson Taylor, Willie T. I see you. Austin Garcia. Yeah. Hey, listen. The offense is still ass. The offense is still ass. Now listen, what's surprising about the offense is that they're doing things that we asked them to do all year when Dak Prescott was the starting quarterback. We wanted them to run the football more effectively. They've been able to do that now. We wanted them to utilize Cavante Turpin in the passing game. Uh, Little cheat code plays. Like, just get the ball to your fastest players in space. But they are getting healthier. Brandon Cooks is back. They finally have decided to run Rico Dowdle and give him opportunities to be a running back. Give him enough opportunities to succeed. They're doing things that we want them to do. It's just, it's November the 29th right now. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It should not have taken this long to do the things that we wanted you to do. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have taken this long. Maybe. And listen, what's even more surprising, I hate to say this, your offensive line has played better without Zach Martin. I know nobody wants to hear that shit, but it's the truth. There is numerical evidence to support that your offensive line, there's numerical evidence to support that your offensive line has been better without your future Hall of Famer. Give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know nobody wants to hear that. We all love Zach Martin. We all know Zach Martin is a future gold jacket wearing offensive lineman. Your offensive line has been better without Zach Martin. And the guys that had came in for Zach Martin have graded out better. It's the truth. What's up with you, man?
What's going on? I don't think I'm gonna be able to link my page in there, but it's
Damn.
all good. I
I,
don't see no options nowhere.
I won't hold you too long, then, man. So you came in on a hot button topic. Your offensive line has looked better without Zach Martin. Yay or nay? Do you feel that?
Yeah, them young boys is, they got the stamina and they got the attitude. Zach hurt, y'all. Like, it's obvious that he hurt. His back is bad, and he can't really get the type of push that he need right now. So I mean, if you're not operating at your peak, you might as well sit down. I mean, at least give him a chance to get healthy. You see what I'm saying? And then how much are we really playing for right this second? So I mean, and if you is playing for something later, I mean, he'll be healthier and down the stretch to be able to really help you or really look like himself. So I mean, it's just I don't see no reason to play him right now if he's not healthy.
I completely agree with that thought process. Cause listen, man. Shout out to Brock Hoffman and shout out to TJ Bass. I know they didn't give TJ Bass opportunities this week, but he played phenomenally the last time that we saw TJ Bass when we did line up against the Washington Commanders. He looked very good. According to Brandon Laurie, make sure y'all follow him on Twitter, everywhere else. TJ Bass has allowed just 5 pressures and 1 sack in 138 pass blocking snaps this season. That translates to a 3.6 pressure rate, which ranks the second lowest among qualified guards. So that's actually
Um,
very impressive.
Spark, can you save me? Right now, we only got cash apps available. Right now, we both going through some stuff with YouTube at the moment. So the cash outs right now on the screen. If you could shoot it through the cash outs, would be greatly appreciated, sir.
Yeah, because we are beefing with YouTube right now. YouTube don't like us no more. That's why sometimes you might not even see us in the algorithm no more. But we still out here. We still thugging. That's why we are out here giving content with the cash apps up. Because if they try to hate us out, we just gonna go over and over their heads. We gonna still make it happen, man. So that's what's going on. If you want to support us right now, you hit the cash apps. It's $ Henny the Moore and $ Landlord 723. Because YouTube don't like us no more.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, yesterday was my birthday. So if you want to holler at your boy, show me a little birthday love. Make sure you got tap in for the win with your boy, man. Through the cash app, it'll be greatly appreciated. I done turned 38. I'm almost 40. I'm on my way, man. I'm an old man. I'm an old man.
Don't nothing get old but clothes, man.
I'm getting better. I ain't getting old, I'm getting better. So I say that.
He said we cuss too much. YouTube don't like it, man. YouTube said we would. YouTube didn't care about the cussing. YouTube got mad about film. They got mad about film and segments and stuff. They were tweaking. Yeah, YouTube
Yeah.
YouTube was tripping.
I'm gonna treat YouTube like an open case. I ain't finna say much about them, but they already on my tail. So I'm gonna just plead the fifth on that.
Yep, like I said, we still be on here. Just make sure you turn your notifications on. Make sure y'all, tell more people to subscribe. Just you just have to actively look for us, man. The times we usually be on. Usually during the week we'll be on about 6 o'clock Monday through Thursday. Well, really like Monday through Wednesday we'll be on about 6. Thursday that they got Boss Land. Y'all make sure y'all tap into that. One of the best shows out. That usually pops off about 8.
Yeah, about 8 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah, so still tune in to the liquor store. Still tune in to Cowboys Uncut. Still tune in to Boss Land. We're going to try and go live our normal time so people can find us, because the algorithm and all the other stuff going to keep hating us out.
Thanks. But that's what happened when you keep it too real, man. We keep it a little too real. It's gonna be harder for us to prevail out here in these YouTube streets. But hey, we do this for y'all, man. I can't do this no other way but the honest way. So I can't speak for everybody, but I got to be able to sleep at night and look in the mirror and still see the same dude. So you know what I'm saying? I just
Facts.
can't do it. I just can't
Yeah.
do it.
Real talk, man. Real talk. So let me ask you a question, man, about I think we're on the same page about winning these football games. Because I don't believe the Dallas Cowboys will make the playoffs. Like I think it's too little, too late, given the remaining schedule the Dallas Cowboys have. You're 2 games behind Washington, but you also don't owe the tiebreakers over any of the other teams vying for that last spot. You don't owe the tiebreakers over the 49ers or nobody else. So like even if you win some of these games, if you were to end with the same record as the 49ers, you still wouldn't get into to the playoffs. If they were vying for the last seed and you were vying for the last seed. And you still play and you still play the Commanders again. So that game that you had on them, they can make that up if they beat you in that last one.
Yeah, put the cash apps in the chat. I don't know if you can put a link in there or not, but
Let's try. I'm gonna try that definitely though. Hold on. Let me go look. Uh, Let me see if I can put it
y'all
in
see how they hate us out. They want to make it this difficult for somebody to support us. So this is what we battling right now, man. So hey, y'all got we do this for y'all. We can't do this without y'all. So make sure y'all rock with your boys, man. We still here for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
here. I'm gonna
But
still put
man,
it in there. Let me see.
but man, I think the only thing is we'll say this: Zach Martin has his replacement here already.
Thank
You
God.
know, this line is wonderful. Like this is like the greatest line of all time. I'm gonna just start saying that. I want people to know that. the Dallas Cowboys have the greatest offensive line ever, and we should never think about trying to draft an offensive lineman. That is just, that is just ridiculous thinking. Like, nah, everything is fine on the line. You know what I'm saying? I like every player. Like every player is like 5 stars. So we gonna leave them alone. I think we very weak at the wide receiver position and stuff. So we need to be investing there and leave the O line alone. You know what I'm saying? Because they good and they good.
Mm-hmm. And listen, to be fair, like the offensive line has played better recently. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's even more diabolical? I was reading something. I don't know if it's still true right now, but the Eagles are one of the best rushing teams in the National Football League, right?
Yep.
Their run blocking win rate is 73%. The Dallas Cowboys is one of the worst running teams in the National Football Team, right?
Yep.
Their run blocking win rate is 73%.
But the only difference is the attempts then. Because it's easy for us to be that high if we ain't running as much. Because they running.
I was actually gonna lean more towards who's running the football. Like
That matters too. That's a big difference too, though. Yeah.
yeah, I was just thinking like there's a huge valley in between what Saquon Barkley is and Rico Dow, and that's not being mean to Rico because there's a huge valley between Saquon and every running back not named Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And I just, bro, if you didn't think Saquon was a phenomenal running back, bro, you probably just was overly concerned with the injury or just had some of that hate because we hate the Giants. Like, bro, we knew who Saquon is, bro. We just, didn't see it for a long time because he kept getting hurt. But we knew what type of caliber of running back he was. Even though he never just was a baller on us, we knew what his ability was. That's why in the offseason, I'm like, bro, we need to draft. I mean, we need to bring this dude in. We really do. But
Yep.
we failed to do so. And I hope we realize now that running backs matter. You know what I'm saying? We need to make a shirt, skill positions matter or something like that, because we need an overhaul in the skill position to me. Wide receiver, running back. If that's not the first 2 picks, bro, like I'm gonna be sick. Like I don't want no second round receiver. I don't want no third round receiver. I need a first round receiver. I need somebody of that ilk. I'm tired of trying to hope dudes turn into dudes. Screw that. Go get you a dude right now. He's already a dude. Go get him. Do you think the Giants got to hope Malik Neighbors turn into somebody?
No, they
That
know who
dude
he is.
already good. He
He just need a
already
quarter.
good.
He just need a quarterback.
He just need a quarterback right now. That's all he missing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hope that dudes turn into dudes, bro. Like, screw that. Because guess what? Just as you got a percent or a chance that they become a great dude, they still got that same amount of chance that they don't become that dude. You see what I'm saying? So go with somebody that's already high. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's already projected to be good
I
or
agree.
already showing signs that they are good.
Exactly. Oh, also shout out to James Simmons for the cash app, man. I appreciate your support. You a real one, and thank you for rocking with
Salute.
me, man.
Salute on my end too, man. I appreciate you, sir.
Trill ones, super trill. But I do agree with you, man, because there is a higher chance of success for a player the higher that you pick them. Like there is a reason why they are projected to go as high as they are going. You know what I'm saying? Like folks don't just wake up and decide that these people are first round picks. They put a lot of film out there. They did a lot of research. You know what I'm saying, to identify. Boy, you do construction. See, I told you, landlord be over there building bombs and shit. That's my guy, Mr. Nefarious. But no, man, like they do a lot of research in finding these people and finding where they project. It's not an exact science. That's why you have busts at every position, but you have a better chance of getting it right on a first round player or a player with a first round draft grade than you do hoping and praying this low tier guy hits. Do you remember why the 2020 draft was so good? because you end up with C.D. Lamb, who was a surefire first round pick, and Trayvon Diggs, who had a first round grade, fell to you in the second round. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you want to go and get these guys that are highly projected players on your team. Because I don't think anybody in the world is mad that we got C.D. Lamb. I don't think anybody in the world is mad that we got Trayvon Diggs. I don't think anybody in the world is mad that we drafted Michael Parsons. You know, the year afterward with that top pick. The point being is go get the best player humanly possible, and call it a day. And really, right now, what the Dallas Cowboys need is probably a wide receiver of that ilk. Because Trayvon Diggs cannot do it alone. You cannot ask Dak Prescott, who is losing his mobility and athleticism, to continue to extend plays. People just going to have to win off the muscle at this point. So you got to build your team up. And I think getting somebody like Tech McMillan or Luther Burden will definitely, put the Dallas Cowboys in the right direction. I wholeheartedly and honestly believe that, dog. Because, listen, I like Jalen Tolbert. He's a good dude. He came on this podcast when he did not have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a professional athlete. And he had a good season. He's had a good season. He's elevating as a player. I can see him being a solid third option for a team. But we don't need that. We actually need a solid second option right now. We still want Jalen Tolbert on the team. He could be, a third option, fourth option, depending on how you view Jake Ferguson after this low season. But you need a difference maker. All these other teams have multiple first-round pick wide receivers, multiple 1,000-yard wide receivers, multiple Pro Bowl wide receivers, and we out here thugging with journeymen and 7-round and 6-round picks. And I don't think that's going to be conducive to winning football games long term. How you feel about that, man?
I want people to realize this. Like, you know how I was just talking to DMV and Boss Cowboy about this, man. Shout out to them.
Salute.
But I think we need to adjust the way we value some of these positions. Like, not the positions in general, but I think you'll be neglecting your team if you don't adjust the value of positions according to the way your team is structured already. Because think about this. Okay, how valuable would a running back be to the Eagles right now? Because they have Saquon Barkley. So even though a running back is not, you know what I'm saying, or like a receiver, they got good receivers, so they wouldn't value it as much. So I think when you look at the way our team structured, you got to put more emphasis on our receivers because we don't have many. So that should go up your draft board a little bit. Like, we don't have too many great receivers on this team or running backs. So you need to boost that up in your draft board, man. So don't just say, okay, a left tackle position is more valuable than a running back. Nah, you kind of gotta customize that to the team you're talking about. You got to. Because if not, you'll just have you know what I'm saying? You'll have you'll have two superstar left tackles for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to make sure we consider that, man. So I feel like the way our team is currently constructed, them skill positions need to be projected way higher for us, like for real, because that's the biggest priority.
And this the thing, and he said we just gave up a 4 for Mingo, paid 140 for Lamb, and more priorities on wide receiver. Yes, because the only thing that worked was giving Lamb the money. Mingo has not worked yet. Jalen Tolbert has not worked yet. You have no consistent wide receiver threat outside of your highly paid C.D. Lamb, your number one option. Nobody else wins. Matter of fact,
Hold on here. Hold that thought, man. Shout out to Robert Coleman for the $50 cash out, man. I guess that's birthday money right there, man. I appreciate you, sir. Salute to you.
Hey, salute to Robert Coleman, man. Like, hey, we got to stop the presses for one. Like, oh shit,
yeah,
he hit me too. Salute to Robert Coleman for the $50 cash out, man.
Man, that's a real one, man. Salute to you, man. We appreciate the support, man. We really need it in these type of times, man, and we do appreciate you.
Man, indeed, man. Indeed. And that's the thing, though, man. Oh, Okay, I see people saying, "What about T. Higgins?" If the Dallas Cowboys were competent, we would do something like that and get a proven wide receiver like a T. Higgins. You could pair up with C.D. Lamb, for the next half a decade, right? Because we know what T. Higgins is. We know that T. Higgins is a consistent 1,000-yard wide receiver. We know that he could be a number one if people get hurt, right? We know what kind of player that T. Higgins is. They saying that's pretty much Ted McMillan's comp is somebody like T. Higgins. So why get the dude that in my thought process? Why get the dude you hope becomes T. Higgins when you could get T. Higgins? You know what I'm talking about? But the Dallas Cowboys are cheap. Dallas Cowboys are cheap. They only build through the draft, so that's why people are so steadfast on really on anything that you want. That's why people are so steadfast on that. If you want a defensive tackle, you probably got to draft one because that's how the Dallas Cowboys operate. If you want a running back, you probably got to draft one because that's how the Dallas Cowboys operate. Because they neglect an entire option for team building, that's why people are so adamant about getting these different players that they want in the draft. And that's really a bigger problem than we need to talk about. Because remember, your free agency actually happens before the draft. You actually should start leaning down your free agency, your draft board after free agency, because based on what you pick up in free agency, what you're probably going to draft. The Dallas Cowboys have been so. That's Spock. Spock is Robert. You a real one, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Salute, bro. We appreciate you.
Man, you so trill. But yeah, like you're really supposed to slam down your draft board after free agency, because like if I just spent top dollar on, let's say, a Saquon Barkley, I'm not drafting a running back in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So like you should alter your board based on your free agency. The Dallas Cowboys are so damn cheap. We're talking about nothing but free agency. We talk about nothing but the draft. Nothing but the draft. And that's probably one of the bigger issues that we're having, is that we're so reliant on the draft. We're finna have civil wars about what we should draft. When in reality, you should be fixing your team in free agency and then drafting BPA. But it is what it is, though. But do you feel what I'm saying, though, landlord? Like they really neglect the biggest part of team building. Because I think free agency is actually the biggest part of team building and not the draft. Because that's when you get your proven commodities is in free agency. You don't know anything about these kids you're finna draft. They ain't played a lick in the NFL.
Facts, bro. Because you gotta think about this. This song, when I was listening to the Green Bay game yesterday, they brought up an interesting point that I don't think I heard Cowboy Nation touch on. Green Bay was always a draft and develop franchise. And that's what, even under Mike McCarthy, that might have been one of the most attractive things to Jerry and Steven when they hired Mike McCarthy. Because he's a draft and develop guy. That's their whole philosophy. So, but the thing about it is Green Bay actually play in free agency too, because guess what? They went and got Josh Jacobs for Jordan Love. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying go out here and spend all this free agency money, but I'm saying if you are going to be a draft and develop guy, year in and year out, you see that you're not as good at drafting certain positions. Just buy those positions. If you're ready to be competitive right now, go buy you a defensive tackle. Go get the best one on the market. Why not? We've been striking out on defensive tackle for years. Even though Mizey played decently last game, and, maybe he's getting it on, maybe he's catching on. But still, we need a dominant presence in the middle of our defense. We do. We need certain positions that we've been terrible at and not drafting well for years. Why don't you just go spend money for them in free agency? That's all I'm asking. Instead of just saying, okay, we're going to just keep throwing darts and hope one on stick. And then now we just got wasted draft pick after wasted draft pick, and we still need more help. You see what I'm saying? If the Cowboys go get one of our positions that we lacking in, and then they strike out and it don't work out, I won't say not one word. I swear to God. I'll be like, bro, they tried, it just didn't work out. I'll be defending them. No lie. Because sometimes it just won't work out. But if they go actually put some resources towards one of these positions that we need the most, and it just don't work, I won't say one word. I'll be like, damn, we just got some bad luck on that one. That's it. Real
Okay.
talk. You and everybody should feel the same way. Don't go over here over criticizing the front office if they go out here and try to go get one of these top dudes and it don't work out. We want them to be encouraged to do it because at least they took a swing. We not swinging at the bat. We just letting strikes happen. Derrick Henry was a strike. The ball just went straight past us and went to another team.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon was a strike. It went straight past us. At least swing for the fences if you're going to strike out. That's how I feel. What you think about that, Hen?
I completely agree. Because listen, inactivity is a bigger sin than trying stuff and failing. I don't think people were really as mad at Jerry Jones for signing people in the early 2000s that didn't pan out. He tries for shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think you can live with trying and failing over being inactive and still failing. Because you're gonna get the same results.
Exactly.
You're gonna get the same results either. If you try and fail, or if you go out there and you're inactive and you stay sorry, at least we know that you did everything in your power. At least we know that you tried something and you came up short. Doing nothing and then trying to sell me on your inactivity being ingenious is fucking stupid.
Facts.
And I can't live with myself, if I don't say how stupid it is every time I get on here. Especially with the way that teams are currently constructing rosters around the NFL.
And then hold on one sec. I don't want to give them no free out either when they badly risk anything and expect the world from these players either. Like these Brandon Cooks type moves. No, I ain't talking like that. I'm talking about a first round pick, a second round pick, like when you actually give up some resources about these players because you expect a good ROI on them. You see what I'm saying? You expect a good return. But if you don't get it, that's just a bad luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? But how much could you expect if you just giving up fourth and fifth round picks?
Fourth or fifth round production. Honestly,
Exactly.
you get what you
And
pay
then
for in
think
life.
about how much are you going to expect if you drafting them in the second and third and fourth round and seventh round. We got a seventh round receiver on this team.
Yep, and he plays. He plays. So that's the thing. You got to expect that. But this is also the thing for everybody that's talking about trenches. I get that. I understand the importance of it. But the Eagles ain't drafted a first-round pick offensive lineman since 2019, and he's not even on the team no more. Their starting left tackle was a seventh-round pick. All those other guys are second. All those other guys are second and third-round picks. So listen, you can still build the trenches up in the second and third. Y'all don't have that. Listen, y'all want us to go to war with second-round and third-round pick wide receivers, but it never crossed your mind to use second and third-round pick offensive linemen. It never crosses your mind to do that.
Damn, like that's the only position that have talent only in the first round. That's it.
And we know that's a lie. Because last time I checked, I know Tyler Biadasz is not the best center in the world, but he was a fourth-round pick and he went on to be a Pro Bowler. You talk about some of the other players around the league. Like they're a second round and third round pick offensive linemen that make all pros and make Pro Bowl selections. Why do we got to draft nothing but first round pick offensive linemen? Y'all love Cooper Beebe. He was a third round pick.
Facts.
So this
Tan Steele was undrafted, and now he playing like he undrafted. That's the only bad thing about it.
Yeah, but there was.
And he was he still standing still this week? I gotta go back and look. I don't know. He might have moved this time. He might have moved.
And listen, La'el Collins was an undrafted free agent as well. He was real good, for a very decent amount of time in the National Football League.
True.
Until his body gave up, and he up here trying to bribe everybody. But that's a different story.
The rest is history.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you can only assess and find good offensive linemen in the first round, you might have to reconsider your ability to draft. Because listen, if everybody on your offensive line is first round picks, you have to pay them like they're first round picks.
Absolute.
You only have CD Lamb. And listen, by the time this rookie wide receiver that we're trying to draft contract is up, you may not even want CD Lamb on the damn team by then. Because it's going to be like half a decade. If you think CD Lamb might be 30 by the time it's time to pay this other wide receiver. That's all I'm saying. You can stagger these contracts and stuff. I remember. I know what happened. You know, he allegedly did some stuff he did not do, fell out of favor with people. But there are plenty of people like that around the league, though. Like Lyle Collins is not the only person that had the high draft that had the high draft grades, and then something happens and they slide down. Something like that happens every year. You just don't draft those people no more. You just don't bring those people in no more. There's always somebody that's somewhere they don't need to be, or done did something they didn't need to do, but they still are good NFL players. Start back doing that,
Absolutely.
Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys used to be on top of stuff like that too, man. We should have been after Ridley as soon as he got back in the league, bro. And that would have helped us out. That's what we did with Lyle. But man, I gotta get the getting, you know what I'm saying, driving and stuff, man. So I'm gonna have to bail out, man. But we gonna do something later on or either tomorrow or something, man. I'll tap in with
It'd probably be better to do it tomorrow. You know, I work tonight, so
you. Okay.
I appreciate you for sliding in here, man. I ain't gonna be on here much longer, bro.
Already, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for the win. Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. I appreciate you, man.
I bet, bro. Appreciate you for sliding on, man. God bless and happy birthday again, my boy.
Appreciate you, man. Salute.
Salute. So yeah, man, that was my brother, landlord from Alabama, sliding into the liquor store, rocking out with us, man. So let's touch on a couple things, then we'll get out of here, though, man. We'll touch on a couple things, then we'll slide on out, man. Let's just take a look at the NFL playoff picture. We'll talk about the playoff picture and if we're actually gonna make it in, and then we'll get out of here, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I know y'all got Black Friday shopping to do. I know, I know y'all got leftovers to warm up. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. All right. So even with the Dallas Cowboys win yesterday, they are still the 12th seed. They have to get up to the 7th seed in order to make it into the playoffs. These are the teams that are ahead of the Dallas Cowboys right now. The San Francisco 49ers, who we already lost to, and they had a tiebreaker over us. The Los Angeles Rams. The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had a tiebreaker over us. They're also 5-6. And then the 6-5 Cardinals are ahead of us. Then we talk about the actual wild card teams. We're not catching the Packers. The Packers and the Vikings are the other two wild card teams. They already have 9 wins. The Commanders have 7 wins. The beautiful thing about it, though, is there are some games the Dallas Cowboys can win to boost their ability to get into the playoffs. If they beat, because listen, they have to beat realistically, because we play the Buccaneers. You have to beat the Buccaneers head-to-head when they come into town. You have to beat the Commanders head-to-head and hope that the Commanders drop some games. You also have to beat, really to even get to up there. You're trying to get to 9 wins, right? You're trying to get to 9 wins. You need to win at least 4 of these last games. You need to be able to find a way to beat the Commanders. You need to be able to find a way to beat the Buccaneers. And for shits and giggles, you know, since the Bengals are probably one of the teams that you can probably eke a win out of, due to how bad their defense is, you need to find a way to beat them. Right? So those are really the teams you need to beat. If you lose to the Bengals, it would be very hard to make ground on these other teams if Washington was to win their next game. If Washington wins and you lose, it's going to be very hard to catch up to them. Even with the game coming up, it's going to be very hard to make up their ground. 9 wins only get you in if Washington only wins 2 more games. If Washington only wins 2 more games, then you might be able to slide in with 9 wins. So it's gonna be tough. We put ourselves in this position by dropping games earlier in the season that we should have won. We put ourselves in this position by not being able to manufacture that game-winning drive against the 49ers. We put ourselves in that position by not being able to get the stop against the Baltimore Ravens, right? Like, those are two games you could have very well have won and you let slip through your fingers, right? So it is what it is at this point. You have to figure out how to win these other games. You're going to be without your quarterback. You may be without some of your other valuable players. So we'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. But I appreciate all y'all for sliding in here and showing love to the liquor store, showing love to the trap. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on the way out. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App on the way out. I appreciate y'all for everything y'all have done, helping keep the lights on. And, man, I ain't going to lie to y'all. It goes a very long way. We're having issues with these platforms not wanting to monetize us no more, not wanting to push our content no more. But, we're still here. We're still standing strong. And I appreciate y'all with everything that y'all done did, man. So enjoy y'all Black Friday. Enjoy y'all families. Enjoy this football. There's NFL football on today. So rock out. I do got to work later on, so I'm finna go give me some rest and spend time with my family. I will get at y'all later, man. And in the words of my brother